right, it is Monday, July 13th, 6 p.m. I will call this meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And there we go. Tonight we have the statement of, it's our quarterly reading of the Statement of Coexistence and Government to Government Relationships. So let me just read that real quick. The city that we know as Sequim was once inhabited solely by First Peoples known as the Clallam people, represented by the three tribal governments, Jamestown Clallam, Port Gamble Clallam, and Lower Elwha Clallam. Of these three sister tribes, the Jamestown Clallam tribe takes the lead in relationships with the city of Sequim, while including the two sister tribes as determined by the tribes. We, the Sequim City Council, and our partner, the Jamestown Clallam tribe, value coexisting respectfully and responsibly together for the purpose of stewarding the people, lands, and the institutions that serve us. Our governments do not work alone in isolation, but care for each other's communities. With enlightened awareness of the local history of this area, we commit to a continued partnership and collaboration as two sovereigns. This statement of coexistence and government-to-government relationship is a respect to the Clallam people and their history. Thank you. City Clerk, could you please take roll call?
Councillor Kelly Berger.
Here.
Councillor Dan Butler.
Here.
Councillor Pete Temslin.
Here.
Mayor Rachel Anderson.
Present.
Councillor Brandon Janice.
Present.
Councillor Harmony Rudder.
Here.
And Deputy Mayor Nicole Hartman.
Here.
Just a quick note, Brandon, I will do my best to see if you raise your hand or want to speak during the meeting. Okay, so if I don't catch you, I preemptively apologize. Alrighty, going into the approval of the final agenda. Are there any changes, additions, amendments? Yes.
Just that I found a typo in one of the documents on the consent agenda, but maybe we'll cover that once we get to the consent agenda part.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'd like to make a motion to remove item, could I borrow your agenda for a second? I'd like to move to remove item 9B from the consent agenda and move it to general business. Yes.
Second.
Okay, write that down. So 9B to general business of City Council meeting minutes. There we go. Okay, so it's been moved and seconded. Is there any opposition? All right. Seeing none, we'll move forward with that unanimously consented. Okay, on to.
Is that the motion to amend, or was that the motion to accept the agenda as amended?
To accept as amended, I believe. All right, on to ceremonial. So we have two ceremonials. As most of you are well aware, we have our youth liaison program, and it has been a very rewarding experience going through the process of having Sequim School District students or homeschool kids apply to be part of our youth liaison program. And I am very grateful for the time and effort that they put into being on this dais and advocating and talking about things going on within the school district to try and bridge that gap between youth and adults. I really appreciate it a lot. And so tonight is actually our devastated. Our last night for Layla Sundin and Lincoln Forrest being on the dais. They have served the last 2 years and it's their last night. And so we thought that it would be a lot of fun to make some certificates of recognition for you. So that's why we were asking, hey, are you guys going to this meeting? Surprise. So if you would be so kind, could you please stand out front so I can hand you these certificates?
I'll get a picture. Yeah, we usually, yeah.
Thank you.
Where's my camera?
I'll use this one. Sorry, I have to bring it down to my level. Okay. How about Lincoln first? So Lincoln, can everybody hear me? Sorry, talking to the microphone. It has been an honor getting to know you and seeing you just really step into your leadership role and do so well as a youth liaison. And I'm so proud of you. So thank you for all the time and effort you put into the dais.
No,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you. You're awesome. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Do you want to stand over
Oh, yeah.
up here? Sorry, I get taken over by the.
No.
I let him go too soon. Did you want to say a few words? I guess you can in that microphone too. Oh, excellent. Okay. Okay, Layla. Oh my goodness. You have just gone above and beyond everything that I've ever hoped and dreamed for you. It's been an honor working with you and thank you so much for being here. And oh, I forgot to tell Lincoln too, but I hope you guys I wish you all the success going forward. And I know you guys will both do so great and I'm so proud of you. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Any comments from council? This is their last night with us, so let them have it.
I just want to echo what Rachel has said. It's just a privilege to get to know you guys and serve alongside. Thanks for carving this out of your schedules. You are involved in an awful lot at the school and in the city. This has been a terrific honor for us to have you on this team. So thank you.
I hope we haven't seen the last of you. I hope that you'll come back to the community and stop by and say hi and get involved, depending where you end up landing. But congratulations and thank you.
Thank you very much, all of you. Layla and Lincoln, it's been amazing to watch all of the awesome work that you've put in. And congrats also, Layla, on your scholarships and all of that. Thank you for representing the city in Spokane. And I heard one of my fellow counselors over here, we were just maybe you'll come back and run for city council. So maybe this won't be your last time on the dais. So we hope to see you back in the community someday soon. Thank you so much.
Anyone else before we move on? Making sure I keep an eye on the screen too. Okay. All right. Moving on to public comment. This is a limited public forum. Individuals providing public comment must not disrupt or otherwise impede the orderly conduct of the meeting. This is not a forum for hate speech. The City of Sequim supports the public's First Amendment right to free speech, but it does not support hate speech. Speakers are expected to be courteous and refrain from making hateful comments, sounds, or remarks. Any offensive words and conduct shared by the public do not reflect the city's values. The City of Sequim stands firm in its commitment to being an inclusive community and rejects discrimination of any kind.
Okay, for individuals attending in person, please take a moment to silence your cell phones. No one registered to provide remote public comment, and individuals who wish to speak remotely but have not registered before the meeting will not be considered. Each person will have 3 minutes to speak on any topic, and there will be a timer visible on the screen. A total 30 minutes or 10 speakers will be permitted for public comments. When your name is called, please state your name if you are representing an organization and your city of residence. And our first speaker tonight is John Worthington.
Nine C on the agenda. I'm on 9C. The flood stormwater issue is a real complicated one. As of now, WSDOT and Clallam County and the city of Sequim do not have a continuous stormwater system that doesn't get interrupted or flow into a irrigation ditch. So I'm not trying to stop 9C. I'm trying to augment it and work in tandem with WSDOT and Clallam County. Clallam County, coming off of Bell Hill, just doesn't have anything. And what they do have, which would be East Highland Irrigation Ditch, which could intercept a lot of that stormwater, it just doesn't function that way. And then when you get to the south side of 101, again, you flow through. And recently, not so recently, but WSDOT's admitted that they've contaminated willows. So if we don't have a project that goes all the way to willows on the south side or even on the north side, we're just not protecting Bell Creek. I'm fond of Bell Creek. I think it should be more than what it is right now. And it's never going to get that way unless Clallam and WSDOT step up. And that includes the fish culvert projects. There's just a ton of culverts that need to be replaced with bridges, and that'll give you more room for a wider Bell Creek that will last. And I just don't think the location that you're talking about, which is Brown and Washington, I believe, I also have concerns that if you start doing something there in the wrong way, that you foreclose on any type of relocation of Bell Creek, depending upon how WSDOT can actually divert its stormwater from 101, whether it's both sides. So I see a lot of leakage. I see a lot of stuff going into irrigation ditches. And without a more comprehensive view of this project, I don't see it protecting Bell Creek. So that's my observation. Thank you.
Nancy Stephans.
Hello, my name is Nancy Stephens. I'm here tonight to give you an update on how our new Olympic Home Share program is doing. For those of you who don't know, Olympic Home Share came into existence when Mark Absher, the executive director of the Port Angeles Chamber of Commerce, signed a contract with Nesterly to administer a home sharing service for all of Clallam County on January 7th of this year. The overall goal is to provide more affordable housing within the already built housing stock that we have in this county. Our site became active on February 4th. By May 5th, 273 people had visited the site. 30 of them started the process to be vetted to be hosts or guests, and 4 matches were made, 2 in Port Angeles and 2 in Sequim. This is the fastest Nesterly has seen that many matches take place in a new area, and they have been in operation since 2017 in many different areas of the United States. Our homeowner hosts have ranged in age between 71 and 86, and our guests have ranged in age from 25 to 44. The guests have been a biologist, a temporary worker for Olympic Medical Center, a temporary worker for Olympic National Park, and a female veteran. About a week ago, I saw the first listing for a home west of Port Angeles, one in La Push. There are currently 5 active listings on our site. I encourage you to spread the news that this program exists. The largest group of newly homeless people in the United States today is women over the age of 60. That is true here in Clallam County as well. My goal, my personal goal, is to prevent more seniors from becoming homeless for the first time in their lives. It is not their fault that their Social Security benefits have not kept up with the massive increases in rents that we have seen the last few years. This program can help seniors remain in their own homes as long as they want to, be able to afford to maintain those homes, have companionship, and allow the guest to save enough money to get a place of their own someday. I will be giving a public talk at the Sequim Library on 630 North Sequim Avenue on July 29th at 5 p.m. I invite all of you to come and bring anyone you know who is living alone and or worried about how they will be able to pay their bills this year. This program could be a big help to them. I will provide the details about how the program works, Washington rules one needs to know if one wants to home share, and information on how people can help support it if they cannot become home sharing hosts at this time. I will come to talk to any group you belong to. Just invite me. I am going to give each of you one of my contact cards. If you lose that, just call the Port Angeles Chamber of Commerce and they can tell you how to reach me. Thank you.
Can you, excuse me, can you repeat when you're going to be at the library? That information went by quickly.
July 29th, which is a Wednesday at 5 p.m.
Thank you.
And that concludes public comment.
Thank you to everybody who spoke this evening. All right, we do not have any public hearings. So all we have next is the consent agenda, and friendly reminder that 9B was moved to general business as 10A. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
She needs to read it.
I need to read the consent agenda.
Oh, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. City Clerk, could you please read the consent agenda?
Items on tonight's consent agenda: claim vouchers totaling $835,629.01. Department of Ecology agreement with the City of Sequim, Amendment Number 1. Teeple Architects, a needs assessment contract. Johnson Creek Bridge replacement, local agency agreement. SMC 20.01 project permit application review and procedures and ordinance. SMC 20.50 development agreements and ordinance. Clallam County Public Works material for CHIPS, a purchase order, and appointments to the Council Salary Commission, a resolution.
Okay, now is there a motion to approve the consent agenda as amended?
I move to approve the consent agenda as amended.
Fabulous.
Second.
Thank you. Is there any opposition? All right, unanimously consented. Fabulous. Thank you, everybody. Moving on to general business. Now 10A, City Council meeting minutes from June 22nd.
So good evening, everyone. As I was reading through the consent agenda, I noticed as I was reading the council minutes, which were previously item 9B, that there was a section that was just repeated. And so reached out to our very, very amazing clerk. Thank you, Heather, for all the amazing work that you do to keep our city council and all the things moving forward smoothly. And thank you very much for letting me know that we were going to resolve this tonight. You said you had some other nope, it was just that I'll let you talk now.
We're going to treat it as a Scrivener's error. So I just removed the duplicative paragraph. No language was omitted or anything like that. So just removing the duplicative paragraph and putting a new one together for your signature.
Great. Thank you so much, Heather. And thank you.
And that was this draft?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Is there a motion to approve the city council meeting minutes from June 22nd?
So moved.
Excellent.
Second.
Thank you. Any opposed? Seeing none. Thank you for bringing that to our attention. All right. Seeing no opposition, we're going to go ahead and go unanimously consented for that. Thank you. No info only. So next up are the youth liaison reports.
Good evening, everybody. For purposes of the record, this is Lincoln Forrest speaking, Youth Liaison. Just really quickly, I'm just going to say that we're going to do a regular Youth Liaison report. Then Layla's going to say her thank yous, and then I'm going to say my thank yous, just so that way you guys know what's going on. I today am bringing forward no new information. I'm just going to reiterate the Boys and Girls Club is giving out food to people 18 and younger every day out in the community. And I just got to say, Sequim, you got to pick it up. I see the numbers every day. PA is whooping you guys, and I know I shouldn't say for Sequim to pick it up because I over there in PA running that side, but you guys are doing low numbers. It's free food for kids. I don't know why you'd say no. So pick it up.
Just this morning, Sequim Education Foundation met with St. Joseph's Parish to give $28,000 after a successful matching grant. So overall, I think it was close to $60,000 raised for youth that are struggling with transportation, food, and housing needs. And so that's really exciting. We also answered questions about the Student Community Partnership Initiative. And so that was a really good experience. And I'm excited to see how that helps youth in our community. So, yeah.
In other news, school starts August 26th for us who are going back to high school. Link Crew is going to be the day before that, and we're going to have an event with all the incoming freshmen and introduce them to the high school and just give them a positive experience to start out their year. And that's it for school reports.
I just wanted to say a quick thank you. I didn't really know anything about local government or how it functioned. And I learned so much, and it's made me so excited to continue to do, to go into public service and continue to work in public service. And that is in large part because of all you. You made me feel so comfortable, and you were always so respectful, and you treated me like an adult in a space that felt very adult-like. And I just really appreciated that. You were so supportive of all my activities. Anytime I couldn't make it to an event, all of you understood, or I couldn't make it to a meeting. And anytime I saw any of you out in the wild, you always waved or cheered me on. And that just was amazing. And I wanted to also say that I had such a wonderful experience being able to watch the community show up for issues that were important to them, show up and advocate for issues that were important to them, and being able to watch how you all responded with genuine care and really listened to what they were saying just gave me so much hope for what I can do in public service. And also thank you so much for nominating me for the scholarship. I had a really good time in Spokane. I met some really cool people, and obviously that is money that I now don't have to worry about. And you helped me cover my first year of college. So I really appreciate that as well. So yes, and not the laptop. So thank you so much. And I just have had such a wonderful experience overall. So.
Thanks for letting me follow that. I just want to say thank you guys so much. It's been an honor to have been selected to be a student liaison for you guys. I've always been someone who's been super interested in politics and government, but I've always thought about it large scale. So getting to have witnessed here in a local, smaller town government scale has been amazing, and getting to have gotten to interact with all of you. It's been a joy, and I've really enjoyed it. I've also enjoyed the other opportunity to experience more of a leadership role in places I thought of that I would have never thought of before. But above all, I wanted to thank you guys for expanding this position to a 3 liaison position. I remember first finding out my opponent was my biggest rival in life, Layla, and I was like, oh, well, I don't know how that's going to go. But when I found out that you guys expanded it to be a 3-seated position, you have no idea how happy I was. As much as Layla and I don't like to say it, we are friends, and it's been great to have gotten to do this alongside her. Yeah, so thank you guys for having expanded that. It's been great to be here and get to do it alongside Layla.
Layla, can you go back to the scholarship that you announced in your report? It went by quickly and I was trying to take notes, but what was the foundation and what was the parish and what was the cause and what was the total?
So Sequim Education Foundation received $25,000 from Amazon, and Sequim Education then gave basically the money to the student representatives and said, go figure out what you want to do with that. And so for the next 3 years, we built a student board, which was a student community partnership initiative. And then this last year, we picked a nonprofit. We wanted the money to specifically go toward helping youth with basic needs. And St. Vincent de Paul, it just has the best reach and the best impact specifically for youth from the local nonprofits that we interviewed. And then we were able to ask to do a matching grant. And so on their own, St. Vincent de Paul raised $3,000 something and just really blew us out of the water and went above and beyond. And now all of that money is going directly back to youth in Sequim.
That's fantastic.
So, yeah.
Great. Thank you for explaining that.
Any other questions before we move on? All right. Moving on to the city manager report.
Good evening, Council. Always a pleasure to meet with you. I'd like to ask your permission if Carla could give you a brief update on the comp plan. We couldn't figure out where to put it in your agenda. It's very short, but so I said, why don't you just slide in under me? But she would like to update you on some timeliness and some task and timelines. So
Sounds great.
Thank you, Matt. Well, City Council, it's Mayor and City Council, it's my pleasure to report that, to give you a brief report and to announce that tonight we've reached an important milestone in the city's periodic update under the Washington Growth Management Act. Today, staff released the draft 2025 comprehensive plan, its appendices, the updated capital facilities plan, a draft supplemental environmental impact statement, and the draft Title 18 zoning ordinance on the city's website to begin its public review, culminating in the public hearing process. This represents over a year of intense work and over a 3-year period that the city, its staff and consultants and planning commission, who I will talk about in just a minute. And I really want to recognize the efforts of everybody involved, our consultants and our city staff. It was all hands on deck in the DCD department, and Public Works played an instrumental role as well in getting the capital facility plan prepared for this release. We have prepared this coordinated package that allows the public and you to review the city's vision, the supporting infrastructure planning, the environmental analysis, and the implementing regulations together. This gives the residents and you and the Planning Commission a much clearer understanding of how all these pieces fit together and the vision that the Growth Management the Growth Management Act has in requiring all of this to be done at the same time, because it's not a light lift to pull it all together. The comprehensive plan establishes the community's vision, its policy direction over 20 years, addresses topics like housing, transportation, economic development, utilities, public services, natural resources, climate resiliency, and community character. The capital facilities plan demonstrates how the city plans to provide and finance the public facilities in order to support growth. That includes water, sanitary sewer, stormwater, transportation, parks, and our public services like police and fire and emergency services and schools. The draft supplemental environmental impact statement evaluates the environmental impacts of two alternatives under consideration of the EIS, and it helps inform your policy decision and it gives you an objective evaluation of what the comprehensive plan does. And finally, the draft development regulations, which is Title 18, our zoning code, implements the comprehensive plan and incorporates the numerous changes in state law adopted over the last few years while modernizing and reorganizing the code to make it consistent, user-friendly for both us as administrators and as well as the general public and potential developers, and predictable. So beginning today, the public has several opportunities to participate in the process. We have established a 30-day online open house where community members can review all the documents and submit comments very easily. We will be hosting 2 drop-in open houses here at Council Chambers before Planning Commission meetings on July 21st and August 4th to answer questions and provide information. At the conclusion of that 30-day period, we will be gearing up for our public hearing process. The Planning Commission will conduct public hearings on September 1st and will forward a recommendation to the City Council, and your public hearing is scheduled for September 28th. I want you to know that we will be having work study sessions prior to your public hearing to help familiarize you with all the documents that I just mentioned as part of the comprehensive plan package. Finally, I do want to just say thank you to the Planning Commission for their time and dedication throughout this process and the continued work that they will have for the next month or month and a half, or a couple months, up to September. Our consulting team of Leland Consulting Group, which you've met a couple times, for their technical experience and solid guidance that they provided our staff. The city departments, again, for their collaboration, and then the many community members who participated in 2024 during our visioning sessions and have continued to participate by coming to Planning Commission meetings and providing comments and talking to us. We really are looking forward to conversations over the next few months and learning what the public thinks about all the work that we've put into the comprehensive plan, and again, culminating in a public hearing. So it's my pleasure to provide that report to you, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Oh, congratulations. That's huge, huge growth. You said the drop-in open houses on the 21st and August 4th.
Correct.
Are prior to the.
Yeah, so 4:30, yeah, thank you for that, 4:30 to 5:30.
4:30.
And then hopefully people will stay for the Planning Commission meetings. We'll have presentations on both those. Staff will to talk about specific elements of the package that the Planning Commission hasn't reviewed. And that's also another good opportunity for the public to learn about those. So the 21st will be the capital facilities plan, and August 4th will be a comprehensive review of Title 18 zoning.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt, for allowing me some time.
Thank you, Carla and Matt.
No, I feel like I start out my city manager report always thanking staff and my senior management team. And again, to Carla, you all don't know, you remember she was consultant and then took on this job in amazing time for the city. And what you may not know is the nights and weekends that she has put into this as a staff member and as the director of this department. And she has put Sequim on the map as a city to develop in and to be in, this future thinking. Really just done a tremendous job for Public Works, for legal, for city man, for all of us. So I just want to thank her again for the amazing personal sacrifices she's made for us all. So thank you. And kind of along that same vein, I wanted to publicly acknowledge Nick Dosty, who's kind of worked over the weekend as well with local water to support a local water system. It looks like things are, we're not the owner and we're not the operator, but we are trying to support where we can, trying to communicate, trying to integrate, trying to coordinate, and that has been remarkable. Things are going well, and I just want to thank Nick and a lot of the public works crew, mostly the water crew, that has helped support that coordination. So things are looking positive there for now. I also want to thank Barb, who, I'm sorry, it sounds like a testimonial or something, but Barb has shared with me at least 3 magazines that she has participated in or contributed to put Sequim on the map relative to the Lavender Festival and one of the top places to live in the country. So I think I've shared some of those and can get you further references should you be interested in reading that. As you know, Lavender Weekend is this coming weekend. I think that's about it. I know I'm supposed to go quick. We do have our annual staff engagement that's put on by the Gallup vendor. So that's coming up later this month. We'll be kicking that off. And so, it's open for a month for all the staff, and then we'll share those results with you. But looking forward to hearing from our staff on things that we can improve in for them. And then wanted to make sure you were reminded of the all-staff summer picnic, which is Thursday, July 23rd from 12 to 1:30. So with that, we continue to work with the HOA water utility issue and with the criminal justice agreements. They're work in progress, probably not the right time or place, but know that we're working diligently with both of those situations as well. And I think I've probably more than used my time. So I'm happy to answer any questions here, or you how to reach me. I'm always here.
Questions for Matt? Not seeing any. Okay.
I did have one. Sorry, I was just looking to see. So I sent you I had a question in your report. There was one acronym that wasn't defined. I'm so sorry. Item 3B, what does BRB refer to? I imagine something review board.
Yes, and I had it highlighted. I was going to bring it up, but I knew Carla would know more about it, and it's still work in progress.
So it's the Boundary Review Board, and it's the Clallam County Board that reviews proposed annexations. And so it's for the Flores Acres annexation.
Right. Okay. Thank you for the clarification.
And what that means is that now the county has had their time with it, and they're done with it, and it kicks it back to us for the next step. So it's moving forward is the really bottom line. So
great. Yeah, thanks. It's alphabet soup when we're looking at our reports sometimes. So I'm just like, yeah. I bet the last 2 are review board, but what are they reviewing? So Thank you.
I put common acronyms on the bottom, but I haven't, I didn't include that one. We haven't used it in 20 years. So.
All righty. Next up are the city council committee reports. Do we have any reports? I don't have any. I know it's shocking. No. Yes.
I attended the AWC annual conference, and I'm going to do a little write-up to share with y'all just some of the things I got out of the sessions. And the keynote speaker was amazing. You may have seen, I know Matt's got staff signed up for it, but they sent out just a couple of days ago, it's a free webinar featuring that keynote speaker. And I picked up a copy of his book, and when I'm done with it, I'm going to give it to Matt so he can have it here in the library for people to read. But I had the honor of introducing Layla at her awards luncheon. And yeah, we had to get up and speak in front of 700 people. That was a joy. The other award recipients, what did you guys call it? You formed a Venn diagram of common hobbies and hiking, and they were immediately following each other on socials. And then I think it was Comcast that was one of the sponsors that gave them each a laptop as well, which she was so excited because her laptop had just died. So they gave them all a laptop as well. And I got to be on a panel about youth liaison and youth council and commission programs. And there's a lot of variety out there. City of Spokane has a huge one where they're a 12-member commission and they get assigned a topic to work on and bring the recommendation to council. Like they were assigned e-bikes, I believe, this last time. So a lot of good notes on that, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I went and I'll be sending something out.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to that. All right. No other reports. We will go ahead and move on to open council discussion. Anything for open council discussion? Also trying to keep an eye on the screen just in case Brandon needs me to call. Not seeing it.
So,
Yeah.
thank you. Following up on the city manager report, with regards to the water situation, I found myself in the position of being a consumer and resident of the neighborhood that lost its water, as well as being trying to use my relationships to liaison with the staff here. And it was remarkable to see Nick and George and Moses, the three that I met in this process, stand up an emergency response. So Nick became aware of the issue, to my knowledge, became aware of the issue relatively early on Friday morning when one of our residents didn't know where their water came from. And when their water didn't come, they called the city and it came to Nick. And so he quickly anticipated that sooner or later, the city's going to be called on by the state to respond. And it's just a matter of going through a bureaucratic process. And by Friday afternoon, I think about 4 o'clock, the state did send up that flare and ask for help. And Nick had a plan in place with the PUD to truck in water initially, and then open up a hydrant so people could actually go to a local hydrant and get clean water that night if they needed it. And then truck in water Saturday morning while they ran, I don't know, probably 1,000 feet of really big fire supply hose from a neighboring neighborhood up into the reservoir that serves ours. So it's just remarkable to see how it came together. And then the owner it's the Wayne family, and it's a legacy system, and there's all sorts of stuff there. But they've been very responsive, the family, as well as the management behind the family or under the family. So we're just really, really grateful. I mentioned to their water manager that in expressing appreciation, and we'll say it here, this is quoting Winston Churchill, this is not the end, but perhaps it's the end of the beginning of a new, an improved service from the city out to that east side of the city that's been on the CIP for years, but it's never been a high enough priority because it's had this other service available. But now that has demonstrated its weakness to us, we're going to need to give that some attention. But right now, we're very grateful. Those residents are still on a boil water order, and that will be in place for some time. But that's an issue for the state regulators and those folks to decide when the water's past the purity point. Anyway, thank you, Matt. And now Chris is here. Chris, welcome. It's kind of almost a literal baptism, isn't it? It's just your first day on the job and you're landing up to your neck in water problems. So, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. It's things like that you don't think about until it happens, and then it's surprise, you got to figure this out. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, thank you to staff for like the emergency response is incredible. Thank you so much.
For me was looking at Mike Madison, part of the water crew, went out there Friday and hooked up a spigot to the hydrant, and to see all the components that he, it's kind of like something some kid would do in shop at high school or something, but beautifully done, and anybody could go up there and just turn the spigot and fill up their buckets or whatever they wanted. So just very creative and spontaneous and timely. So yeah, it was a great job by all. Thank you.
Awesome. Anything else for open council discussion?
This feels like a really good segue off your comment and your comments also, Councilor Butler. This is a short agenda tonight, but it is not it is rich with so much hard work. Everything on that consent agenda represents hours and hours and tons of collaborative relationships between all the different parts of the city, and just a complete testament to the level of excellence that this city puts forth. So when people ask me about what's going on at the city, I just say we're so lucky to, feel so lucky to be in Sequim, because we have a staff that just puts the bar so high. So thank you, Matt and the rest of staff, for all of the awesome work that you do, right down to the spigot on the hydrant out there. Like these folks really show up every day, putting forth the best. So thank you. Appreciate that.
All right. Anything else? Oh, maybe I should have talked it during committee reports, but it wasn't really a committee. So I guess I'll bring it up now. The 4th of July party in the park was amazing. Everybody, I'm only hearing positive feedback. So yeah, sorry, it's been a few days, but yeah, I just wanted to bring it up and again, recognize staff's time and effort to put it all together. Everybody had such a great time. So thank you to them.
Yeah, trying to pick which thing to acknowledge, I skipped that one. But yeah, that was a huge event, and we could easily put together a summary report. They've already done the action item incident, kind of they're surveying, and now with Placer AI, we've got data on how many people were there and where they came from and where they went, and so we'll and compare that to previous years. That would be fun to look at. We'll get that to you.
On the topic of the 4th of July party, I had, as it was unfolding, there were a lot of folks who mentioned, where I thought there would be more music. So I hope that in planning for next year, it'd be very important to talk with EJ and her crew and see what would that take to add a live music component to it. But in talking to folks and inviting them to come, some folks were like, well, I wish that there's only one concert. There's no other live music. And it's like, yeah, but there's going to be a lot of really fun stuff. Come check it out. And so I think that would be a really great way to add some value to next year's event and maybe increase the turnout. It was well attended, but I feel like it could have been, there would be more ways to bring more people to celebrate together. And there's no shortage of talent in this town. We have a lot of really talented musicians.
All right. Anything else before we move on to the planning section of our agenda? Going once? Going twice? Okie dokie. So next up is planning. We have our agenda planning meeting on July 22nd, 9 a.m. That is a Wednesday. And then our regular city council meeting will be July 27th, Monday, July 27th, 6 p.m. And I don't think we have a work session planned. Is it tentative? Do you remember? Trying to remember.
I believe we do. I think there's a work session regarding municipal funding tentatively scheduled for that.
Okay, thank you for the reminder. Yeah, tentative. So if we do have that, we will definitely let you guys know. Cool. All righty.
Mayor, I'm so sorry. I'm just going to bookmark it. I'm sorry. So we're talking about the hour before the next city council meeting?
Yes. So it would be 5 to 5:45 p.m.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's Sequim Arts Commission that evening. So I will be, no, it's good. That's just one of my constant meetings from 3 o'clock till whenever it's over kind of days. So bring it on.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. All righty. And with that, could I get a motion to adjourn at 6:49 p.m.?
So moved.
Fabulous.
Second.
Excellent. Any opposed? All right. We are out of here. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Drive safe.